Hey, Ray Dave here. Hope you're having an awesome day. So, I've got this Godzilla, and I just watched Godzilla Minus One. Pretty cool movie. And I have this Garfield Pezz, and I thought it'd be kind of cool to do a little mashup. So, come on, let's do it. Okay, so here's the Godzilla that I was talking about, and it's a really nice Bandai vinyl toy, and I know some of you are going to be like, really, you're going to cut this up? But I think I can make something really cool out of it. So I have this Garfield that I stole from my daughter's Garfield collection, but I did ask her before I did it, so I got the green light. I've never actually taken apart a Pezz dispenser, and I'm sure there's an easy way to do this, so I was kind of hunting around, and I thought maybe there's a little clip on the back, but I don't know how to take them apart, so when you don't know how to take something apart, what do? Yeah, you just get your snips out and just break it off. And it doesn't actually matter for this because I'm actually just going to glue this onto the body once I get to that point. So I got the head off, just kind of gauging where I want to cut because I don't want to cut too much of the Godzilla head off because if I cut too much off, that just means more sculpting for me in the end. So I'm going to carefully cut a little bit at a time. And then I took my snips and I just continued to trim away as needed. So here I am just taking the top portion off and then I'll clip off the lower jaw. And that will give me a good space to actually glue this head on once I'm ready to do that. Now that the jaw is off, I need this head to be able to slip onto the Godzilla body. So in order to do that, what I'm gonna do is clip off all these little inner components that were holding the head onto the Pezz dispenser. And then once I have those all clipped off, I'll be able to slide that onto the body. I'm gonna use this wooden dowel. I'll hot glue that in a little bit later to help me hold this all together. But I'm looking at this thinking, I don't really want to repaint that entire Garfield face. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm going to try and fill these holes with some Magic Sculpt, but before I do that, I think I'm gonna paint the body an orange color. So here the body is kind of this gray, so I went ahead and primed it gray, but I was concerned that the orange would not cover this gray very well. So I went ahead and I painted the entire thing a flat white, and this is going to allow the saturation of the orange to really come through without having to fight with that gray. I did mix up my own custom orange just to kind of match the head of the Garfield, because again, I want this to be as seamless as possible without having to repaint that head. So I did use my airbrush just because I thought I would get a cleaner, smoother coat. I didn't really want globs of paint on there. I did at the end take this wash and I brushed a wash over it about 2 or 3 extra times, and I really got this nice saturation of orange. So here I am hot gluing that stick, hot gluing the head. I'm gonna slide this and I'm actually gonna kind of force it around the vinyl of the Godzilla body, and now you can see I've got these little gaps that I'm going to have to fill, and I think I need to sculpt that out. So I'm going to use some Magic Sculpt here. It's just a 2-part epoxy. You take a kind of a ratio of 1:1, mash them together, and then it's like a clay. You can just kind of mash it in, mold it around, and it dries in about an hour. It starts getting difficult to work with. Maybe 2 hours as it completely dries. So I'm just using some sculpting tools and I'm kind of filling in all the gaps, and then I'll re-sculpt some of the hair. This back portion had to lay in quite a bit just to kind of fill that. And it's not super clean, so I think I might add some little spikes or something to it. So I'm just taking some water, smoothing that out, doing a little bit of additional sculpting to kind of match some of the hair, doing some little stippling to match the neck. And I think here, yeah, I think it's going to look good to add some additional spikes and kind of hide and cover some of that sculpting in the back. Now, I had this extra Magic Sculpt, and because it wasn't dry yet, I thought, well, I don't want it to go to waste, so I went ahead and I sculpted this little slice of pizza. Now, this is one of those things I was kind of second-guessing myself. I wasn't sure if it made it look kind of hokey or if it made it look kind of fun. So let me know in the comments below when we do the turnaround shots. Let me know if you think the pizza's cool or should I not use it. It actually has a little divot in his hand at the end, you'll see. And I can take it on or off. So here I am, I'm painting the gray Magic Sculpt that is dry white, and again, that allows me to do my wash of orange and I get really nice saturation. This turned out kind of cool because Garfield already has these little black markings, so I was able to take all of the spikes and just paint them black, and it actually worked as if it was his little black markings on the back of his body. So I like how this turned out. I think it's pretty fun. Painting up his toenails with just a bone color. I did a little light wash on that. And then painting up the pizza piece here. Painting up the crust. Did a little wash for the cheese. Painting the pepperonis. I did a couple little tones of dark red and some dry brush of a light red. Now I did a matte varnish over the entire body, and I'm gonna do a gloss on the eyes just so the eyes look like they have a little bit more life to them. And there's that little pizza slice, and it does come in and out. So again, let me know what you think of the pizza. Okay, so that was a really fun build, and to be completely honest, it was actually a really simple build, but I think the cooler part is just having a crazy idea and executing on it. I think sometimes we have these goofy or weird ideas, and maybe you talk yourself out of it because you think, oh, people think it's weird, or I don't know. I say just go for it. If you've got a funny or cool idea, try it. See if you can make it happen, because you never know what's going to happen. I think this turned out pretty fun, so let's do some turnaround shots of this thing, and as always, it's a great day to be a toy nerd. Have a great one.